If your mascara stopped working and you assumed it was your age, this one is for you. It is not your age. After 40, your eyelids thin, your lash line loses density, and the oil glands that keep your eyes lubricated slow down. None of that is your fault. But the mascara making all of it worse, that part is fixable. 82% of waterproof mascaras tested positive for forever chemicals. The labels did not mention it. Some are doing permanent damage to the glands that keep your eyes comfortable, and the word permanent is not something I use loosely. 3 to stop, 10 to start. The worst one is first. You might recognize the tube. Avoid number 3. Maybelline Great Lash, 1971. Nixon was president, bell-bottoms were not ironic, and Maybelline released the mascara that would go on to outsell every other mascara in American history. The formula is largely the same as it was in 1971. That is not a feature. Your mother wore this. Your grandmother probably wore this. Loyalty to a tube and loyalty to a formula are not the same thing. The eyes wearing it have changed. At 25, that did not matter. At 55, it does. Great Lash applies wet, wetter than almost anything else on the shelf. It takes longer to dry than modern formulas. During that window, it transfers to whatever the lash touches. On aging eyelids where skin has thinned and the upper lid now sits closer to the lash line than it did 2 decades ago, transfer is not a maybe. It is a Tuesday. Open a tube right now if you have one. Draw a single stroke on the back of your hand. Watch how long it stays wet. That is the window your upper lid lives inside every morning. One reviewer described it plainly. Still smudging half an hour later. Mascara all over my lids. Another called it the mascara you do not want to accidentally rub your eye while wearing. That is not a review. That is a hostage note. The ingredient list still includes methylparaben and propylparaben. Preservatives the EU has restricted in some product types over concerns they interfere with the body's hormone signaling. EWG flags both at moderate hazard. For a formula that has had 53 years to reformulate and has not, that silence is its own kind of answer. For the woman who reaches for that pink and green tube on autopilot, who never questioned it because her mother used it, who assumed 50 years on shelves meant 50 years of safety. The shelf does not run safety tests, it just holds whatever sells. Carve out, 53 years, same parabens, same transfer, same question, nobody asked. That brand had decades to change and chose not to. The next one is brand new. Prestige priced, and it put perfume next to your eyeballs on purpose. Avoid number 2. Too Faced Better Than Sex Mascara, $29, 2 hours. That is the entire performance of the #1 selling prestige mascara in America. The name sets a bar the formula cannot clear. Better Than Sex goes on like a dream. The brush, the instant volume, the drama. By lunch, it is on your cheekbones. One reviewer nailed it halfway through the day, flaking. By the time I take my makeup off, smudges and transfer under my eyes. Another said the flaking was bad enough she refused to wear it to her own wedding. At $29, if a mascara cannot survive a workday, it is not prestige. It is a 2-hour rental. Now here is where it gets medical. Better Than Sex contains synthetic fragrance, perfume, in a mascara. Think about that for a moment. You are applying it millimeters from your tear ducts on the thinnest skin on your face. Skin that gets thinner every year past 40. Synthetic fragrance does not hold curl. It does not build volume. It does not extend wear. What the American Academy of Dermatology will tell you it does do is cause contact dermatitis. Red, itchy, inflamed eyelids. You are paying $29 a tube to apply an irritant to skin that becomes more irritable with every birthday. Too Faced is owned by Estee Lauder Companies. A multi-billion-dollar conglomerate looked at its research and development budget and decided what a mascara needed was cologne. For the woman who bought Better Than Sex because the name was confident and the brush was beautiful and $29 felt like a guarantee, she was not buying prestige. She was buying 2 hours of drama and a full afternoon of frustration. Drop a comment if you have been blaming your skin for mascara transfer for years. I want to know how long the formula has been getting away with it. I will be reading every single one. Carve out, photo shoot, 2 hours maximum. Need the drama. Better Than Sex photographs beautifully. For daily wear on a face that needs to make it past lunch, find another bedroom metaphor. $29. Synthetic fragrance next to your tear ducts, gone by noon. That mascara put perfume next to your eyeballs and called it prestige. The next one included something worse, and the label does not mention it at all. Avoid #1. Maybelline Lash Sensational Sky, high waterproof, 82%. That is the number that should keep you up tonight. Independent researchers tested 231 cosmetics. 82% of waterproof mascaras tested positive for forever chemicals. 88% of the products that tested positive listed nothing about it on the label. Nothing. The study did not name individual products, but this is the best-selling waterproof mascara in the world. It is at Target right now. And the label does not tell you what makes it waterproof. PFAS accumulate. They do not flush out. Thyroid disease, hormone disruption, links to kidney cancer. Documented, peer-reviewed, not contested. And even after the new federal cosmetic safety law passed in 2022, there is still no requirement to disclose PFAS that enter through raw materials. You cannot read your way out of this. Federal law lets the label skip the part that matters most. But here is the part your ophthalmologist may have already mentioned without ever connecting it to your mascara. The chemistry that makes it waterproof is drying out your Maybelline glands. Those are the oil glands in your eyelids that keep your eyes lubricated. Ophthalmologists have linked chronic waterproof mascara use to Maybelline gland dysfunction. That dysfunction is the single biggest driver of chronic dry eye in women over 50. It can become permanent, not uncomfortable, permanent. Then comes removal, oil remover, cotton pad, nightly scrubbing on the thinnest skin on your body, premature wrinkling, lash loss from traction. If you are over 50, the PFAS has been accumulating longer, and your glands have less bounce back than they did a decade ago. Occasional use, a wedding, a pool day, a funeral where you might cry, probably fine. Daily use year after year is where the damage compounds. That is not a safety study. That is arithmetic. For the woman who switched to waterproof because her eyes water in the wind and she was tired of looking like a sad panda by midday, she was solving a real problem. She was handed a solution that created 3 more. Go check your mascara drawer right now. If it says waterproof and you use it every day, set it aside before we get to the 10. If you are new here, this is what we do on this channel. We pull the ophthalmology research, the ingredient databases, and the lawsuits so you do not have to. Hit subscribe. The sunscreen video is coming, and it makes everything in this one look like a warm-up. 3 mascaras, 3 different ways of doing the same damage. Smudging on thinning lids, fragrance next to tear ducts, forever chemicals blocking the oil glands that keep your eyes comfortable. Some of that damage does not reverse. Here is what all 3 had in common. They were formulated for lashes you had at 25. 10 mascaras built for the lashes you actually have now. Ranked, starting at 10. Best number 10. Charlotte Tilbury. Pillow Talk Push-Up. Lashes 45,000 people joined the waitlist in 7 days. Not for a handbag, not for a concert ticket, for a tube of mascara. They were not chasing volume. Every mascara on earth promises that. They were chasing the one thing waterproof had a monopoly on: curl that holds. After the avoid section you just watched, that monopoly is officially over. The lash-lifting polymer comes from the larch tree. The brush is a flat paddle with diamond-shaped bristles. Weird looking, genuinely effective. Load the flat side against the lashes and comb through with the bristled edge. The formula sets light and flexible. No crunch, no stiffness. That is why the curl holds instead of snapping. One reviewer, who has tested more mascaras than most Sephora employees, said it delivers the best and most long-lasting curl of any mascara she has ever used. No Maybelline gland damage, no PFAS, no nightly removal battle. After 40 curl is the first thing lashes lose. This brush solves it with geometry instead of chemistry. Carve out. If pristine ingredient lists are your top priority, a stricter clean pick is coming. If holding a curl without punishing your eyes is the job, Charlotte Tilbury solved it. Around $29 at Sephora. That was curl without waterproof. The next one is at Target for $14 and shares a name with the worst mascara on this list. Best number 9. Maybelline Lash. Sensational Sky High Washable. Same brand, same shelf at Target, same name on the tube. The only difference between the worst mascara on this list and this one is the word washable. 0 PFAS concern for one, a documented contamination category for the other. That difference is not a typo. It is a formula decision. The washable Sky High skips waterproof polymers entirely. No aggressive removal required. Your regular cleanser handles it. No oil-based remover at night. No nightly scrubbing on aging skin. No Maybelline gland blockage. The Flex Tower brush bends to reach outer corner lashes. Corner lashes are the first to thin after menopause. Most brushes miss them entirely. Designed for the dense center and treating the edges like an afterthought. The result is mascara that coats the middle and leaves the corners bare. Exactly the look you do not want when lashes have been thinning from the outside in. Same brand made the worst mascara in this video and the best $14 option on the same factory floor, probably during the same shift. Marketing is a strange business. Carve out. Maybelline is not cruelty-free, not Leaping Bunny certified. This formula passes the ingredient test and fails the ethics one. A split decision you have to make at the checkout. Around $14 at Target, Walmart, and Ulta. $14 solved the waterproof problem. The next brand announced its entire strategy to Wall Street in a regulatory filing, and the prestige brands had no response. Best number 8, e.L.f. Lash and Roll. A company gets on an earnings call filed with the Securities and Exchange Commission and tells Wall Street its entire strategy is to match prestige formulas at a fraction of the cost. Out loud, on the record, the prestige brands had no comment. What do you say when your competitor announces in a regulatory filing that their whole business model is making you look overpriced? Lash and Roll is where that strategy meets your lash line, curved, double-sided silicone brush, lift and curl formula, and the first introduction on this list of a technology that becomes the entire foundation of the #1 pick. When you coat a lash in a polymer instead of painting it with pigment, the polymer cannot smear, cannot transfer, cannot deposit itself on your reading glasses by 3 in the afternoon. ELF introduces that concept at $7. ELF is cruelty-free, vegan, and the first beauty company to achieve fair trade certified manufacturing. The cheapest mascara on this list is the only one in any aisle with a fair trade paper trail. The prestige brands sell heritage. ELF sells something verifiable. Carve out, not a true tubing mascara. Warm water only removal does not fully apply. But at $7 with fair trade certification, the most ethical mascara on this list is also the cheapest. Around $7 at Target, Ulta, and Walmart. $7 introduced the technology. The next brand built its entire founding identity on never irritating you, and then made a mascara for the eyes that need that promise most. Subscribe so you do not miss the foundation and concealer version of this list. Same research, same ranked format, same questions the industry hopes you never ask. It is coming soon. Best number 7, Clinique Lash Power Tubing Formula 1968. Before clean beauty was a marketing slogan anyone could print on a jar, a dermatologist and Vogue's beauty editor sat down and asked a question nobody in the industry was asking. What if we just left out the stuff that irritates people? Clinique was the answer. Lash Power is that answer applied to mascara. It is a true tubing formula. Polymer tubes wrap each individual lash. Warm water slides them off. Cannot smear, cannot flake, cannot transfer to your upper lid, your glasses, or the cheekbones you are trying to keep clear. Fragrance-free, ophthalmologist tested. For women dealing with dry eye or daily contact lenses, that is not a marketing promise. It is the difference between wearing mascara and giving up on it. Lash Power is not dramatic. It will not give you volume that turns heads across a restaurant. Nobody is looking up from the menu. If maximum impact is the assignment, Clinique missed the memo. If do not damage my dry eyes or my contact lenses is the assignment, they aced the test before everyone else realized there was one. Corporate note: Clinique is owned by Estee Lauder companies, same parent as Too Faced, the brand that put fragrance next to your eyes. Same building, different mission. Verify cruelty-free status independently. Around $28 to $35 at Sephora. That was the brand that built a founding mission around not irritating you. The next one prints a natural claim on the box, and for once the ingredient list agrees. Best number 6, Tarte Tartelette Tubing Mascara. A woman in her 50s posted a review no Sephora copywriter could produce on deadline. Since switching, she has not had to apologize to her reading glasses in 8 months. 8 months of lifting her lenses at lunch and pulling them away clean. Before this, the first thing she touched every afternoon was a microfiber cloth, and the quiet shame of another smudge she did not remember making is tubing technology in one review. Unpaid. Devastating. Tarte Tartelette is a true tubing formula. Polymer tubes wrap each lash. Warm water removal. Physically cannot transfer to your lid, your glasses, or your under eye. The high-performance naturals claim Tarte prints on the box actually holds up here. We cross-checked the ingredient list, and for once it matches the marketing. That does not happen often enough in this industry to skip past. Remember better than sec. Flaking onto cheekbones by lunch. Remember great lash transferring to upper lids before the first meeting. Tubing makes both of those those failures physically impossible. The pigment is not painted on, it is wrapped around, nothing to flake from. For women past 50, this is the reason they start wearing mascara again after quitting in frustration. That is not a marketing angle, that is a comeback story in a tube. Carve out, verify the cruelty-free certification independently before buying. The formula earns its spot. The certification is your homework. Mid-prestige pricing at Sephora and Ulta. That natural claim held up when someone checked. The next brand went further and had an auditor come in to verify the whole operation. Best number 5, Lancome Lash Idole Mascara. Same parent company as Maybelline. Same L'Oreal research pipeline. $40 for one, $14 for the other. The difference is the brush, the bottle, and the woman in a black apron who walked it to you on a velvet tray like it was the crown jewels. Most of that premium is the bottle and the woman, but the brush is real, and the brush is the reason it earned its place here. 360-degree micro bristles designed to contact every lash from every angle simultaneously. The mascara equivalent of surround sound for your lash line. After menopause, lash density becomes patchy. You lose lashes unevenly. A standard flat brush coats what is left in the middle and misses the gaps. This brush reaches everything. A reviewer who had tried dozens of prestige mascaras said Lash Idole was the first to give her no raccoon eyes, a phrase she could not apply to better than sec, no matter how generously she tried. Corporate note: L'Oreal Group is not cruelty-free. Lancome does not hold independent cruelty-free certification. At $40 plus, that ethical cost is yours to weigh against the brush. Carve out, you are paying $40 for a L'Oreal mascara at a Sephora counter. The counter costs money too. But if you are already spending prestige money, this is the one with a specific testable reason to earn it. Around $40 to $45 at Sephora. That was the prestige brush, with a real reason behind it. The next brand refused to sell you a version of yourself you do not recognize. Best number 4, Rare Beauty Perfect Strokes Mascara. Selena Gomez built a billion-dollar makeup brand on a thesis the rest of the industry hates. Women should not need transformation to feel like themselves. No beauty conglomerate would have approved that pitch. It contradicts the entire business model. Then she made a mascara for the women who are not Selena Gomez. Women whose lower lashes have thinned, whose eyes water in the wind, whose mornings have less time and less patience than they used to. Look at the wand. Most wands are built for upper lashes. Fat, fluffy, designed to dump product on the longest hairs you have. The Perfect Strokes precision tip was built for the opposite job, lower lashes. The ones that get shorter, sparser, and harder to reach with every passing year. Most wands hit the under eye area like a paint roller. You spend 10 minutes cleaning up a smear before you have left the bathroom. This wand goes lash by lash. One Sephora reviewer in her late 40s said Perfect Strokes was the first mascara that let her do lower lashes without immediately creating the dark circles she was trying to cover up. That is not a small win. That is the difference between a face that looks tired and a face that looks finished. Rare Beauty donates a portion of every sale to the Rare Impact Fund. Real money, real reporting, not the rounding error other celebrity founders call a foundation at tax time. Carve out, vegan and cruelty-free per the brand. No current Leaping Bunny listing. Check before buying. Around $23 at Sephora and Ulta. That mascara solved lower lashes. The next one solved something more fundamental: whether clean beauty can actually be verified by someone other than the brand doing the claiming. Best number 3, Ilia Limitless Lash Mascara. Clean beauty has no legal definition, none. A brand can print clean, non-toxic, and pure on the same box, and the FDA will not stop them. You could print emotionally supportive on a mascara, and nobody with a badge would show up. The only thing standing between you and a marketing department's imagination is whether someone outside the company is willing to check the work. Ilia invited them in. Ilia is a certified B Corporation. An independent non-profit walked in, audited the company's social and environmental performance, and gave it a passing score. Ilia did not grade its own homework, and B Corp recertifies every 3 years. The formula backs it up. 99% natural origin ingredients, shea butter, and beeswax conditioning the lash while you wear it. No PFAS, no parabens, no fragrance. Ophthalmologist tested, Leaping Bunny certified. The higher cruelty-free standard that requires actual supply chain auditing, not just a signed letter from the chief executive. One Sephora reviewer who had struggled with burning watery eyes from other mascaras for years said simply, gentle, lasts, easy to apply. 25,000 5-star reviews say the same thing in different handwriting. Carve out, 1 coat, let it set. Do not build 2 coats and you are working against the formula. Around $28 at Sephora and Ulta. Same audited standard, different brush, different aging lash problem, solved entirely. Best number 2, Ilia Fullest Volumizing Mascara. same brand, same auditor, same verified ingredient standard, different brush geometry, solving a completely different problem. Limitless lengthens and defines. Fullest adds volume that does not collapse by noon. Because after menopause, the real problem is not length, it is density. You are not losing the length of your lashes, you are losing the lashes themselves. Traditional volume mascaras handle this badly. They load heavy product onto sparse lashes, and gravity wins by lunchtime. You spent $40 to look more tired than when you started. Fullest was formulated to build weight that stays up. A Sephora reviewer who had cycled through every prestige volume mascara, Lancome, Dior, YSL, said Fullest was the first that did not collapse on her thinning lashes by the school pickup run. That is the audience this formula was built for, and that is the test the prestige brands keep failing. 2 Ilia products on this list is deliberate. When one brand passes every standard in 2 different brush geometries for 2 different aging lash problems, it earns 2 spots. Other brands are welcome to catch up. Packaging note: monomaterial tube, 39% reduction in carbon emissions per tube. In an industry that prints sustainability on boxes wrapped in 17 layers of plastic, a tube you can actually recycle without a screwdriver is the quietest flex on this list. Carve out, not the most dramatic volume mascara at Sephora. Dramatic volume on sparse aging lashes collapses by lunchtime. That is what the prestige brands keep selling. Fullest is built for volume that stays. $29 at Sephora and Ulta. Same brand. Verified twice. The next mascara takes the tubing technology introduced at number 8 and builds it into the formula that makes every failure in the avoid section structurally impossible. Best number 1. Thrive Cosmetics Liquid Lash Extensions. Every mascara in the avoid section failed for the same reason. Pigment painted onto a lash eventually moves, flakes, smears, migrates south, sets up a small black colony on your cheekbones by 3 in the afternoon. That is not user error. That is physics. Thrive starts from a different premise. Instead of painting pigment onto the lash, the formula wraps each lash in a polymer tube. Tubes do not smear, do not flake, do not transfer. And at the end of the day, warm water. The tubes slide off intact. No cotton pad, no oil remover, no lashes on the towel. Your lash line at 10 at night looks the way it did at 7 in the morning, which until now was something only fictional women in skincare advertisements experienced. ELF introduced the tubing concept at $7. Clinique and Tarte deployed it for specific eye problems. Thrive is the full expression of that technology in a formula that also passes every ingredient test. A beauty editor used it exclusively for a full year through yoga and winter runs. A woman over 40 switched from waterproof because it was making her lashes brittle. Her words: "My lashes get compliments from strangers. No smudging, no flaking, no brittle lashes." She described every failure in the avoid section, and Thrive fixed all of them. Free from parabens, fragrance, sulfates, and phthalates. Cruelty-free, vegan, ophthalmologist and dermatologist tested. Thrive donates a product for every product purchased. Over 500 non-profit partners. Carve out. Brand-stated clean credentials, not B Corp audited the way Ilia is. Thrive wins on engineering. Ilia wins on verified certification. Both demolish everything in the avoid section. Around $25. Warm water removal. That is what passing looks like. 3 mascaras doing damage the label will never tell you about. 10 that earn the space on your lash line. Before you buy any mascara, flip it over. If it says waterproof and the label does not tell you what makes it waterproof, put it back. If curl hold is the only reason you reach for waterproof, number 10 handles that without the damage. If someone you know is still using the same mascara their mother used, send this to them, not because they did anything wrong, because the label did not tell them. The system is not broken. It is working exactly the way it was built to work. You were just never supposed to find out. The sunscreen aisle is next. What we found there makes everything in this video look like a warm-up. Subscribe so you do not miss it. See you in the next one.